XRP is starting to show you everything possible to confuse the retail. If you do look at the price action at the resistance, these kind of candles on a daily chart is relevant and important. XRP does show you that it has rejected multiple attempts to the upside. Right now, you're getting another candle here which says, okay, I'm slowing down compared to the previous candle. However, this new candle, which pushed the price up from 0.49 all the way up to 0.64, is still valid. Now, what should you be looking out for? Now, that comes from XRP to Bitcoin, which also shows you somewhat similar odds of that structure playing out. And with respect to Bitcoin, on a weekly, showing what we have seen historically around this weekly chart is good, because it's showing you from 2020 to November, December, we have seen these kind of weekly candle closes, and that has impacted the price very much. Say you measure the average move there to the upside, and you kind of get to see the picture like, okay, we are looking for something about 50%. Now, if we are repeating the history, we'll do somewhat similar move to the first one, which shows it has been a 90% plus move. And if you do plot a 90% plus move, you're arguing that the price of Bitcoin can go up to $95,000. That means the stock market break to the downside, which you're watching, there is a possibility that it can break back up, or it can range inside this breakout retest zone. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, when you are running through the crypto market, there's a lot of confusing narratives coming out. There's a lot of different price action going on, but you get to see a lot of these assets are starting to build the bullish divergence, and that's important. Usually, when they show you a negative divergence, yeah, you be careful, you be cautious. But when they show you bullish divergence, now you're looking for opportunities, you're hunting for opportunities. And especially, it's not just the divergence, but also the price action in each candles. It's starting to reflect buying momentum. You look at the candle here with the long wick, which is a hammer, and this is SHIB, a meme token, showing you that hammer came in with exceptional buying volume compared to its recent past. So there has been significant interest into this asset at that level of support. So whales are getting in. Now, it can just be a retest of the downtrend. Even at that point, what you are arguing is that this trend line, this channel is valid, and the price action can go up and test this. Now, put that into numbers. You are arguing that meme coin, which is trending down, is about to run up 50%. So there are other assets which are already trending higher. What would they be doing? This is the point where you should be focusing. And that's exactly why the Scientific Investor family is going through almost everything possible to give you the best idea throughout these assets. So as we watch the total crypto market showing you this signal, which is important in itself, because remember, while the market was topping off, the exact opposite came in. And I don't know how many of us listened to that, but if you did notice that negative divergence back then, that was a choppy signal. Taking that choppy signal into account, if you do recognize the fact that higher time frames giving you a bullish divergence and a negative divergence gives you higher certainty in this uncertain market. So you are looking at a bullish divergence forming on the total three, which is alt market excluding ether. And then you note the fact that these candles show you something special. That's important too. Each time you attempt to create a local support and then bounce off, you're testing this resistance. So keep in mind, this attempt can also come back up, test this resistance. We'll follow it through that time to see if we are about to break higher, retest, bounce, and continue this rally, because this bull flag gives you that narrative. Because on the other end, you're watching the dollar also taking support and then showing you multiple signals. But being honest, what you do notice on a daily is that it may bottom somewhat here and then do a local rally. That's a possibility on the daily chart. Now, yes, that's what I was saying, like the market is confusing, because on a 3-day, it shows you a hammer at the support, then an inverted hammer. Both are bullish price action candles. So you got the ABC to the downside. Now we are taking support. So you may go back up, test this level of resistance. So the price is going to remain choppy for the month of August. And in September, if we are to break higher in the crypto market, we'll actually see high volume entries. Here on the weekly, we are starting to already notice the fact that the volume is slowly going back up. And this is all the way from March. You're starting to notice the fact that people are coming back in. So while you do understand the fact that there is some volume coming back in, a breakout should increase that. A break of 69 to 70,000 and a candle close is going to increase that momentum. But right now, while you still stand above 60,000, you should be concerned about the base, because we didn't give up the support zone of 54. We didn't give up the support zone here around 56. And as you zoom into a daily chart, you can see price reacted to these levels multiple times. And right now we are at that price point, which has acted as a support from March. So that's close to 60,000. It's $59,000 to $60,000. But you can see the idea here. The price action is bouncing through a range of support. We had enormous selling activity. By that I mean selling peaked at this particular candle, pushing all the way to the downside. So previous lows, we saw it by 22%. Whereas here on the local side of things, we just saw 29%. And the total local top to the local bottom is 33% to the downside. Now, that's the highest we have seen in this entire cycle. Whereas if we go back into the time and then start measuring, we kind of get to see, 30% drawdown, it was common. We used to see that every now and then, so there is nothing shaky about that. The price action was showing you such price declines where you see, okay, there is another run up, where you see that still in the trend. So how do you recognize that? You just plot a trend line and ask the question, are you above the trend line or are you below the trend line? Yeah, if you do take a channel, a trending channel, you can notice we are inside that channel. So if we bounce, we are looking for only 71, unless we break that to the upside, because the micro pattern and the long-term pattern should be considered together. We have seen these kind of moves in the price action recently, so we should not be surprised. Last time we broke this to the upside, we did the measured move almost exactly. If you go back in time, you'll see what we discussed and what happened. Now, what's the measured move here? If you are to consider the average fluctuation, that's 30% to the upside for Bitcoin after breaking this zone, which again takes you somewhat close to 90,000 plus in Bitcoin. So can that be the roof of this run up? Or are we going all the way up to 150, 200,000 as many points out? For that, you go onto a monthly chart in Bitcoin, and then you're asking the question like, okay, fine. The price is actually putting in a higher high which is showing you a clear signal. But then the monthly candles are starting to show you hanging man candle. If this month ends up as what we can see now on a monthly Bitcoin, oh, that's trouble. That shows you the price action should first come down at least to 49, if not to 43 to 45. So that is going to be a big range of support if the monthly closes here. Now you put in the monthly moving average and you're like, oh, whoa, wait. Each time you come back down to the moving average, yes, there is a possibility of a long wick to the downside, but then you bounce off into the direction of the moving average. That's the history. That's what we have seen. So while we still hold on to that moving average on the weekly and play with that moving average, it's okay. You're just above and below that without deviating a lot from that trend line. So on the monthly, by the time we get the candle close, you are watching for an A, B, C structure. You're watching for a 1, 2, 3 leg structure to the upside in Bitcoin terms. So if Bitcoin is about to run higher and XRP Bitcoin chart shows you there is enormous possibility that this guy is breaking to the upside and it may go back up, that means on dollar terms, XRP should do much bigger numbers. The micro does show you that this kind of a price action in XRP should not be neglected because the trend line support is still here at the bottom, and coming back to retest that will not be a surprise because we still remain inside this long-term trend. So if you can watch this and say, oh, yeah, we're going to come back down, that's okay. But if we do break that trend line, that's a concern. Last time we broke that, retested and got rejected. We don't want to see that. What we do like is to get a bounce and a break to the upside. But we'll see what the market actually executes. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button. And if you want to join 1,200 plus members to understand different assets. So guys, if you are eager about learning the opportunities in the market, looking through different assets throughout the crazy crypto market, and you want update on all of these where they are forming a bullish divergence, be a part of the Scientific Investor family where 1,200 plus members are readily taking benefit of everything I post, and then they go through the one-on-one session, going through your portfolio, breaking it down so you know what to expect and what are the opportunities which you have in your hand. You can use the link in the description to reach me and the SI family. So guys, if you haven't smashed the like button, smash that for me. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.